Welcome to my team for the competitive group Ironman. This will consist of me, a Linux user, Athena Sophie, who will be a scaler, Spartan Doska, who is an AFKer, Marukai, who will be doing clues, and lastly Velix, he will be the pro PVMer. Together, we are the Spartan unit. Remember, on Enchana you cannot bring weapons, but you can bring the ingredients to make weapons. For instance, the U short bow, and then you can bring like the arrow tips to make some ammo, and voila, you now have some gear to use. So let's chop this Drummond tree. When the boss does spawn, quickly run south and then go a little bit west so that you're right where I'm at, in between all the mushrooms, which will put you in a safe spot from the boss. Unless you want to go into legacy mode and then melee, that would be another alternative if you did not bring weapons. Once the boss is defeated, you'll want to chop the Drummond tree a couple of times, and that's because you will need one branch for the Lost City quest, one branch for Recipe for Disaster, and you'll need a third branch for the Lunar Diplomacy quest that does require you to make the Lunar Staff. I wonder where the magic door brings you. Is it still the wilderness? Oh, a drainer. Okay, well, I guess that's kind of convenient. I would have preferred the wilderness, but then again, since there's not really PKers and they did rework it, maybe I believe what Water Fiends is where you would spawn nearby. So, I mean, that could be kind of risky too. Lost City has been completed. I don't care about any of the rewards, like unlocking the ability to wear dragon longswords and daggers. My main focus is the Cosmic Runes, and I do have access to Poro now, which has Implings. Since I do have a High Hunter, I'm able to get some Amulet of Powers or even Amulet of Glories, bypassing the crafting requirement, since Hunter is a lot quicker and easier compared to mining and crafting. I feared this while doing the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest. For Malignius, he wants a Nature Talisman, which is going to be very hard to get since we have to do the Abyss, and it has a horrible drop rate. I also need to get an Ivanto herb and an Irit leaf. Between all 5 of us, but we do not have an Irit seed or herb, so yeah, I'm gonna have I guess just live at the master farmer until eventually I do get the seed, plant the seed, wait the hour 30 minutes, and hopefully it does not die. Well, that was a royal pain. That took so long. Let's speak to this guy. Give me my magic scepter so I can actually do this quest. Jeez, these bleed damage carries the whole fight. And yeah, I do need to upgrade my armor because I'm pretty much using all of the achievement diary. So that is another awkward thing. Fairy Tale Part 1 completed. Wow, that was a nightmare. Such a chore to get those items. Can't believe you need to have 57 Herblore to even start the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest. Now that my Herblore is just a high enough level, all my XP lamps will be going into Archaeology, simply because it is the world's dirt slowest skill. 48 Archaeology, unlocked. I now also do have access to fairy rings, which will help traveling around, and a couple achievement diaries as well. Went from having no access to fairy rings to completing fairy rings without the ability of needing the Drummond staff, which probably took about 40 minutes for the whole thing, and some nice experience. Also have access to the magic watering can that can be added to your tool belt, which it acts as an unlimited source while you're watering your plant pots with tree seeds. Yes, 64 farming. Now able to raise spiders for the medium pen, which means my bean count per day is going to increase massively. Have I really gotten from 17 all the way up to 66 farming purely from doing beehives? Yes. Here is your home forever, you little spiders. They do take 12 hours to grow, which is perfect, especially since I'm about to go to bed. And then for the food, they do eat meat and seeds. Meat is very easy to get because you can go buy them from the Canifis meat shop, or if you have completed as a first resort, you are able to buy the raw beef packs, and the raw bird meat, but those are useful for summoning for terror birds. A whopping 10,000 farming experience per spider. Yes, thank you. Now have 70 farming, which means I have access to another Head's Oasis flower and the ability to get master farming outfits. Players will need a total of 2 Gout Tubers. One will be for the Egger's Request, the other will be for the Lunar Diplomacy, in which case you'll need to enter the Dream Realm. These are the absolute easiest to get, and that is simply because of the Surge ability. At the very start, you'll want to pay attention to the second troll who's by these little boxes right here. Once he has pretty much run south, you'll be free. But of course, avoid the very first troll, which is by far the easiest. And once that second troll has been passed, you want to stand here. Once you turn around the corner, you want to surge. That is it. This is the most easiest thing to get. And remember, you'll need a total of 2. Egger's Ruse quest completed for 11,000 Herblore experience. Now able to teleport to the Trollheim teleport and went from 51 to 52 Herblore. What? How was I able to get 70 mining from this? Well, I'm not going to argue. I mean, free gains, I guess. And that would be the Path of Glory fee for 20,000 strength, 20,000 slayer, 5,000 thieving, 5,000 magic, and my spirit trees will now tune wherever I want them instead of them automatically being teleported to the gnome village. That got me a level in pretty much every single thing. Ever so slowly getting that Herblore level as a daily. Really went to this level before I went to bed, and that was getting 72 farming. Now I have access to planting the Calcutta tree within the Brimhaven, well, I guess the Karamja Island, since the tree does take about 22 hours to grow. Hello, Storehouse Tier 2. My resource cap is now 80 of each type. Well, hello there, Runespan. Time to get another 25,000 XP drop, bring me to 66 rune crafting. I have access to the top floor of Runespan, if I can just find where that bone ladder is. Cooking at Fort Foundry is amazing. This range increases your success for chancing by 3%. Might as well turn these daily challenges for summoning, divination, and archaeology. And there we go. 75 divination, 49 summoning. Fully upgraded the grove to tier 3, in which case when you do speak to Oak, you'll be like, okay, well, the birds to the southeast at that creepy tunnel, they found a little bird's nest, and when you search it, we have 1 out of the 4 Incandlematic pieces. And for the benefits of the whole grove, it will be on screen. You have access to a tree patch, bird's nest while you're wood cutting. Instead of falling to the floor, they will be placed in your inventory. And if you have tier 3, which is at the bottom section, it will be automatically placed in your bird's nest, along with the chance of getting the candle hatchet fragments, which, don't worry, there is a bad luck mitigation. And let's say you're chopping for about 3 hours and you have not gotten anything. On the 4th hour, somewhere within that 4 hour, you'll be guaranteed 1 piece. And then once you have all 4 pieces, you'll just want to speak to Turgle, who will create the candle hatchet, which I'm not sure if it requires a dragon hatchet or not, so I'll have to find out. And now wood cutting will benefit me even more, because let's say I cut for like 30 hours going for 99, I'll have plenty of candle pickaxes, well, hatchets for the whole group, and we can probably start dismantling them for invention once we do gain access to that. 76. 75 farming. Now able to grow magic trees for the Falador Hard or Elite task set. Hello, Herblore experience. Now have 60. Did not want to be bothered with 5 people doing crafts, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just get 42 out of 100 points. 78 divination. And wow, I truly hate the Gustinian cache. People are the absolute worst. This is how you know everyone is training the skill the correct way. If you simply right click and you see tons of people everywhere, that means this is the correct method. So let's hand in, get another 25,000 XP drop, bringing us up to 67. Shiloh Village quest completed. This does give access to Shiloh Village itself. That does have the precious gem rocks, which unlike the Alcryat one that give you from Sapphire to Ruby, the ones within Shiloh give you from Emerald to Diamond, which is a huge crafting experience increase. 75 Mining, which gains higher critical strike for Necrite and Phasmite rocks. I've been mining a lot at Shiloh Village. In fact, I did get up to 76 mining. That does have a chance while you're mining both Necrite and the Phasmatite ore rocks. You do have, I believe it's probably like a 10% chance of getting double ore while you're mining, which will be very good, as I would need about 1,600 of both ores. And yes, you are able to mine these at 70. However, I find it more benefit to do this at 76 while you are collecting gems for your future 80 crafting for invention. Athena Sophie now has 89 divination. When she did get 88 earlier, the whole team went to Shiloh Village to mine those rocks simply because you get those rubies a little bit more quicker than mining at the Alcryat. Remember though, at the Alcryat spot you get the best crafting experience per hour compared to Shiloh Village, and that is simply because every single hit you get a gem. At Shiloh Village it takes quite a number of hits because it has a lot more defense, but we needed those rubies so that we could make into ruby necklaces, in which case Sophie could make into those sign up porters for the whole team. And yes, I am aware that dungeoneering crafting is actually the best crafting experience per hour. However, that will be based off of your defense level, and that is because the monsters will scale based on your defense, and the higher level that the monsters are, the more likely they're to drop those 20-30,000 rusty coins as a drop, so you're able to make those promo leather plate bodies or whatever in dungeoneering. Bit of a teaser, however, I'll be working on something within the wilderness for the next episode, so you surely do not want to miss, as I'll be getting a lot of progress. With that, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.